Seriously cold out here this morning. Sun's coming up, may warm up, although the wind's also getting up. I wanted to do one other thing. I wanted to try, well, basically it's this DALRC thing I'm trying again, a DALRC QOSD. The problem is, basically, its GPS just never works. This seems to be potluck. I mean, I'm certainly not the first person to say it's not working, but some people say it does work. It seems to be, well, it's not a statistical survey, you can't really tell, but from the online reports it seems to be about 50-50 chances of getting the GPS to work. Some people, about half the people who report anything report it worked, and half report it didn't work. Mine does not work. It never gets any satellites, so it never gets GPS. The light on the OSD flashes all the time, which means it's got a GPS, but the GPS has not got a lock. However, I did notice that if you press the button on the OSD to set a home position, it says it's setting a home position. It says home OK. Whether that actually does anything, I don't know. So I'm going to try. I'll set this the DVR on the goggles to record now. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're recording, and we'll set the camera on the plane to recording. Yep, that's recording now. Now I'm going to try and set that home position, and then fly it and see if, setting the home position brings alive a lot of the other displays on the OSD, but I can't understand what they can usefully be displaying if they don't actually have, a GPS position. I mean, so, I don't know, the whole thing is kind of confusing, and you never get a GPS position. But let's see. I suppose I should bring the goggles so I can see, because without seeing that I can't see what the OSD is saying. Generally speaking, I found that it says, when you press the button, it says home OK, and the other display stuff comes alive. But I'm not going to be able to tell that unless I can actually see the goggles. See, I actually have to press the button on the OSD here, which is a bit hard to get at. Okay. See there, and it says home OK. That means it's set a home position. Famous last words. Now I've got to get it back on the plane. And I think you'll see that a bunch of the other display stuff comes alive. Whether it displays anything useful is another matter. The line, about third or fourth line from the top, is supposed to be the home pointer. It shows a little diamond moving from side to side if the home position is somewhere in front of you. And if it's off to one side, then it displays a solid arrow at the end of the line pointing off to the side you'd need to turn to go home, with a number of degrees you have to turn through. That's the theory. I'm dubious whether it's going to display anything at all useful, because the GPS has not got any satellites, ever. It never works. It never gets any satellites. So if it hasn't got a GPS, how does it know where it is and where home is? So I don't know how meaningful any of that is. That blithering wing skid fell off again. I don't know how much good they're doing, really. They were designed to try and make the thing run better on the grass. God, I don't know. My eyes just don't seem good today. I don't know what's with me. Well, it's not even so much my eyes. It's maybe I'm just feeling a bit dizzy and whatever. The motor for a minute and glide. It's heading basically north there. Whether it thinks it's heading north, I don't know, but it is. Now we'll turn it round. See, the other thing was, I noticed, I was watching the other video I made of this carefully, and I noticed that the direction the heading pointer is, now it's going south basically, more or less. The heading pointer is not at all reliable. I mean, it sort of seems to try and follow the heading, but there's a lot of lag on it. So sometimes it'll be saying you're going north when you're actually going due south. If you keep it going in one direction for a long while, it sort of catches up mostly, I think. See, again, we're going mostly north now. And we'll review the video afterwards and see if the pointer says we're going mostly north. At this time of day, you can tell pretty much where you're going. Well, certainly if you see the sun, because the sun is very much in the east. The sun is just rising on the horizon. Just taking him up a little higher here. Now he's turning round to the west now. He's basically heading, he should be showing north, northwest, west. That's more or less west. Might be slightly north of west. I'm not sure where true magnetic north is from here. Now we're turning to the south. And going all the way around to the east. And you can see, I imagine you can see the sun in the video. And that shows we're heading east. I just want to know, you know, so that if it were right, the home position should be showing you need to turn to the left. Actually, since I'm circling him round me to the left, the heading position... Okay, let me fly him towards myself for a minute. So the home position should show straight ahead now, because I'm flying him pretty much towards... Where did I set the home position? I set the home position on the table over there. The whatever, the power-up table. So he should be heading pretty much towards home now. I should be getting close to home. He's flying more or less over the home position now, should be, yes. Should be flying pretty much over his home position, and now he's gone past it, so his home position now should be behind him. His home position's actually behind him, and we'll bring him round. And now he's sort of circling his home position, so his home position should be on his left. Sort of left to behind. I can't see how it's going to display a home position usefully. Now again, you need to turn round. You're going more or less directly away from home, so you need to turn round to come back home. So now it should be heading basically home again. Should be heading towards home now. It is basically heading towards home. Because I'm just flying this line of sight, so I can't see what's on the QOSD as I'm flying this. I have to review the video afterwards. The goggles are back on the table. I'm just flying this line of sight. Again, we're just about going over home, where we set the home position. So now the home position again should be behind the plane. It needs to come round to go home. And we're coming round home to the left, so home is on the left again. And let's take him over east and bring him in towards home from the east. I don't know if it makes much difference. So now we're heading, the plane is heading east. Oh, I don't want to take him too far east because I don't want to take him into the sun. And the wind is really starting to get up now as well. So now the plane should be heading in towards home pretty much again. If that home point is showing anything sensible, it should be showing that it's pretty much heading towards the home position. And that's more or less just passed over the home position. Well, it's slightly passed to the right of him. Oh, well, I don't know. I need to review the video. That probably should be enough, and my hands are getting really cold. That should be enough, I would think, to tell whether this is doing any good. The home position should be off to the left of the plane now. My hands are getting really cold. It's a cold morning. So I'm going to bring him into land now. Famous last words, he's a bit high, but... It's hard to believe I've got no power on, but the propeller just windmills. There he goes. Ow, my hands are cold. Pick up the wing skid that fell off when I pushed him off, and go and get him. Sorry I landed him so far down, but... You know, he was a bit high and I didn't want to push him down. I wanted to bring him in gently, let him settle gently. You got a decent length. I think that I was looking the other day, this runway is what, about 100 and... Well, that land part really isn't part of the runway, not strictly speaking. It's about, I think, about 140 yards long, this runway. It's not bad. Ow, my hand is cold. Whoa. It's cold this morning. You know, you really need a glove when it's this cold, because transmitter, mitt, or whatever, it's cold. My fingers are freezing up. I don't think we had frost. I didn't see any ice, but it's pretty close. And there's some wind as well, which makes it a little colder. Not a lot of wind. It's died down a bit again now, the wind, but when it does blow, it feels cold, because it's an icy wind. Ooh. Ow. Really getting frostbite in my thumbs now. They really hurt. Okay. Oh, famous last words. I say okay, but the goggles are out there, because I took them out there. So let's have a look what the goggles are saying. No, see, well, that's not remotely correct, because he's saying his home position is ahead of him and slightly to the left. It's actually slightly to the right. His home position actually should be completely to the left. So that doesn't seem at all correct. Let's turn off. Yeah, we turn the DVR off, so the DVR's not recording anymore. And we'll turn this camera off, so it's not recording anymore. No, it's not. Okay. Well, as I say, my tiny hands are frozen and whatever, so I'm going to pack up, I think, now. But we'll review the video and see if that did any good. I have little faith in it doing any good, because it, you know, it never ever gets a GPS lock, so the GPS is completely non-functional, basically.